Welcome to our usual hovers. I'm Meek and today I can play for the game A House in Hellworld, an anti-hover game that forces us to deal with the haunted real estate market. 7 days? No, I wasn't going to die in 7 days. Dying in 7 days would be easy. 7 days is how long I had left to scrounge up enough cash to avoid being evicted. I have nowhere to go. If I don't get the cash in 7 days, I was going to be thrown out into the streets. Given the choice between dealing with my landlord in 7 days, or having a ghost come out of my TV and kill me, I'd take the ghost. At least that's quick. And on the subject of ghosts, that happens to be at the heart of my one hope. There's been rumors that there's this house that's hiding some kind of treasure, but it's guarded by some kind of ghost. Now, normally, I wouldn't pay attention to crap like that, but unlike other urban legends, this one gets real specific. Like as in, I've got an actual address specific, and the people who supposedly checked it out and vanished really are missing persons. So, after work tonight, I'm going in to see if I can find anything. I didn't sleep too well last night. All I could think about was how I'd survive without any place to call home. Well, in that case then, if we're gonna go to a supposedly haunted location, I'd say we take a camera with us, because then at least if we don't find treasure, we've got a nice video. And if we die, even better, it might go viral. Today is painstakingly slow. There are no customers. There is nothing to do. I mean, I suppose I could clean the store, but it looks pretty clean to me. How about we just daydream? I just stand at the till, thinking about the house and its possible treasures. Imagine if I actually find something really valuable. I could pawn off enough to make rent and then sell the rest properly. I remember a story about some rare gold coins some people found that were worth almost $1 million. I'd be happy with a fraction of that. The manager comes out and complains I'm just standing there and tells me to clean the store since I clearly have time. The store's already clean enough, and it's pretty clear he's just making busy work for me. Workday's done. It's time to visit the house. There was a factory that made sweets, cookies and crackers on Ashland Street, but it's been closed for ages. You'd think if any place would be used to stash some loot, it'd be there. But my destination is a few blocks north. I hike past empty lots filled with dead trees along a road in serious need of repair until I reach a suburban neighborhood. I double-check my directions. I thought haunted houses were supposed to be in nearly deserted areas, but the other homes here are nicely maintained and landscaped. As far as I know, it's the right place, but this doesn't look like the kind of locale for a ghost. I was expecting urban exploration, not a break and enter. The house in question doesn't even look abandoned. There's no graffiti, no broken windows, no for sale sign. And while the lawn won't win any awards, it's not terrible. I would not judge the house based on no broken windows. That doesn't necessarily mean there's no spirit, ghost, or witch. Because I did watch a horror movie where I think it was like a local coming of age pastime where you'd have to go to this house in the middle of the woods and throw a stone, and if you broke the window, you essentially got the witch to come after you and eventually kill and murder you. But I do think the windows repaired themselves. So we may just be in that kind of scenario here, and the windows repair themselves after they're broken. We should test the theory and break a window. God, what am I doing? The only thing that's halfway unusual are the old thick curtains, preventing anyone from looking in or out on every window. Well, almost every window. There's one on the second floor that's open somewhat. As I'm looking up, I see a pale face staring dead back at me. Before I can change my mind about the whole thing, I blink, and it's gone. Well, I'm gonna take that as an invitation to come inside. I could have easily just been my imagination. If I weren't so broke and desperate, I'd turn around and go home. But I've already spent the bus fare to get here. Might as well at least knock and see if anyone does live there. As I climb up the steps to the porch, the front door quietly opens, revealing an entryway shrouded in darkness. Hello? Ah, well, I think I've just sealed my death. There's no response. I try again, a little louder, but again, nothing. I absolutely should walk away, but I really can't afford to, and against all better judgment, I step inside. As I step through the doorway, I can't help but think about horror movies, where the stupid protagonist wanders into some place they clearly shouldn't, and then they have the nerve to look surprised when the door slams shut and traps them. I jump as the door slams shut. But it could be worse. Say if we'd followed a trail of blood, then we would have basically had to die instantly. So, this is actually a silver lining. Because I am an idiot. An interior of the house is a lot rougher looking than it was on the outside. In the dim light, I can still see the inky speckled spread of black molds and patchy stains. The air has a strange damp heaviness to it, something more than the earthy smell of rot and the stench of decay. The shades that block the view of the neighborhood are very different on the inside. There's some kind of tarry substance holding them in place. Everything is silent. I can see a stairwell going up, but the stairs also twist around down towards a basement. I could also continue deeper on this floor. I can see a doorway, but it's too dark to see anything beyond it. Oh, I get to choose my location. You know, there is only one logical step, only one place we need to go. It may kill us, but that is a risk I am willing to take. Let's go to the basement. I go down the stairs. It's even darker in the basement, and my light makes a poor job of giving me any kind of vision. The air is cold and foreboding, and the smell of decay gets stronger as I reach the bottom. Each step sticks to the floor. Oh, damn! This has got to be some kind of trick or something. I mean, clearly we're just disrupting her bath, and that's rather rude of us. I want to go for the bag on the table. This is not something that happens in a nice neighborhood without someone calling the cops. The door was unlocked. Surely someone would have found this before me if it were real. I mean, they could have. For example, one of the persons that found him for us could be the dead body in the bathtub, and then they didn't survive long enough to call the cops. Then again, this is the kind of thing you'd see on the news for sure, even if it was fake. I check my phone. No service. A single bare ball feebly attempts to light the morbid scene before me. What appears to be a human head floating in a tub of putrid-smelling black liquid. Next to the tub is a small table on which sit some instruments of some sort and a sack of something. The walls, floor and ceiling are speckled with what I presume to be mold. This can't be real. As if on cue, the light flickers briefly, and for a moment, I'm alone in darkness. Before I have time to panic, there's a buzzing, and it comes back to life. Although I'm still not sure which is worse. Let me guess, when the light comes back on, the body is gone. Oh, no, never mind, it's still there. I mean, the sensible option would be to leave, right? I mean, we come across a body in a suspicious sack. But where's the fun in that? I say we check the tub. Damn, that is nice artwork. It's a human head. I can't feel if it's attached to anything submerged in whatever foul black liquid fills the tub, and I don't want to know. I think it's a woman's head. It's hard to tell with all that ichor. Oh, apparently I'm done staring. Now we can check the sack. Wait, if I touch the sack, is the body gonna come alive and murder me? Oh god, I hope so. A heavy canvas bag tied tightly at one end with twine. It jingles as I fight with the knot to open it up. I hear bubbling to my left. Hell yeah! So wait, are you just a head or do you have a body attached? The woman's severed head has risen out of the ichor. I'm gonna get murdered by a floating head. Oh, I love this bus. Nope, 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 nope. I don't wait to see what it does. I just grab the sack and run up the stairs. The door of the entryway is open and I dash through. No! Don't deny me my death! The rest is fuzzy until I was at the bus stop. The head didn't follow me out of the house. As to the sack, full of Canadian $1 and $2 coins, loonies and toonies, maybe worth a couple of hundred, nowhere near enough to cover rent, and not exactly what I would call a valuable treasure. It won't go very far if I'm forced to live on the streets. I'll have to go back tomorrow. I barely sleep. I spend the night alternating between trying to come up with a logical explanation for what happened last night and worrying about what I'll have to face next. The thing is, there's no logical explanation, is there? If it was real, why hasn't anyone reported it? Other than stuff I hear online, I mean. You'd think the neighbors might have said something by now. At the very least, reported random people going into the house, and in some instances, never coming out. I don't have time to think too much about it right now. I gotta get to work. I take a moment glance out my window and look into the city, thinking back to better times. How did everything come to this? At what point did my life take such a turn that I was reduced to treasure hunts in haunted houses? A middle-aged woman enters the store. She scans the shelves with the same kind of scrutiny some ancient high priest would use to pick a victim for sacrifice, and I know it's going to be one of those days. Finally, she clears a shelf of its toilet paper and comes to me to cash out. Store policy, on the other hand, forbids selling any more than 2 packages of toilet paper per customer. People are being panic buying thanks to a certain news outlet, which is being declaring the end times are near. Now, considering I'm going to be trying to plunder a haunted house tonight, based on the rumor of treasure, I really shouldn't judge too harshly. Maybe we are approaching end times, and the dead have been rising from their graves, and the moon will turn to blood, and dogs and cats will live together amongst mass hysteria. Don't worry, the moon will not turn to blood. The moon will simply fade away. I don't care. They're not the ones working retail while facing eviction, and besides, all the toilet paper in the world's not going to protect you from a ghost. I can tell she knows about the store policy by the intense stare she's giving me, just waiting for me to say something. I mean, if I say nothing, can I just scan through 2, say nothing to her, get her to pay for 2 and leave? Do I need to confront her? You know what? I'm not paid enough. Let's say nothing. I don't say anything and just ring her through. Satisfied, she leaves with her purchases. I'm gonna get fired. Just before I leave at the end of my shift, the manager pulls me aside and asks what happened to all our toilet paper, then chews me out for not following store policy. I try to defend myself, saying that she made a fuss, but I still get written up about the incident. Obviously, because it's not enough, I'm facing eviction, but sure, let's threaten to cut short what little pay I'd make at the end of the week too. Workday's done. It's time to visit the house. Just like last time, the door opens to greet me. Where do we fancy going next? I had a lot of fun downstairs. Why don't we check that? Wait, so the door just came in through. No, we don't want to check that one yet. Let's just try upstairs. I go up the stairs. Oh, this seems delightful. So who do we want? Do we want Michael Myers in the closet or the monster under the bed? Oh, maybe it's Freddy under the bed. You'll turn the bed into a blender, yes? Not exactly thrilled about the idea of getting on my hands and knees on some dirty, decaying carpeting to look under a rotting bed, but it's less work and probably less disgusting than trying to cut open the mattress or pulling up floorboards. I shine my light around and see an old wooden box. I pull it out and look inside to find a collection of sundry shinies, some coins, and a few pieces of jewelry. I'm no expert, but the coins look genuine. They feel heavy, and while they're dirty, the detailing is excellent. I'm much less sure about the jewelry. Could be well-crafted fakes, or they could be worth a good amount. I've got no way of telling, so I just dump the contents into my jacket pocket. As I stand there thinking about where to check next, I notice the shadows growing around the bed. Oh, that's cool. Say, that's the monster that grabs your ankles if you take it out of the covers. I hear the scraping sound, something heavy and sharp digging into the rotting wood, before I see the massive white clawed hand emerge from the darkness under the frame. Oh, hell no! Aw, we escaped again. One of these times, you are going to have to kill me. I turn and charge towards the stairs, hopping over the railing and out the door, which is thankfully open. I run down the street towards the bus stop. I don't think the creature followed me, but I don't pause until I think I'm safe under the streetlights. I don't really feel the pain on my ankles until the adrenaline starts to wear off, and I realize the landing was a bit rougher than I thought. The next morning, I take my find to a pawn shop and am able to get a little over $350 for it. I really wish I could have taken it to something more reputable, but I need this money fast, and it's not enough for rent. I'm out of options. I gotta go back tomorrow. I don't know what time I finally drifted off, but it was late, and getting up in time for work felt like coming back from the dead. Speaking of, I have no reasonable explanation for the house other than it is haunted. Every skeptical fibre in my being is given up. Something well outside my understanding of reality dwells within that house, and I'm going to have to face it again tonight. God, I am so tired. I'm physically exhausted and worn out from worrying about money. All I want is for this to end, somehow, and soon. Nothing out of the ordinary happens on my shift, but when it's time for my break, I realize I forgot to make lunch. Oh, but I can't really go to a haunted house on an empty stomach. But then again, I'm just digging into my rent money then, aren't I? It's fine, it's only lunch. It won't cost that much, right? Even though the price of lunch is just a drop in the bucket compared to making rent, knowing I've had to spend more money I don't have just sours my meal. Workday's done. It's time to visit the house. I want to go back upstairs, I think, and this time let's check out the closet. I go up the stairs. Oh, we don't even get the option for the bed anymore. I wonder why it gives me the option to go down to the basement then. Wait, I want to check that quickly. What happens if we go downstairs? Oh, no sign of the severed head. Basement is just as nasty smelling and clammy as last time. Also, there's the smell of black licorice, which seems oddly out of place. Oh, it's changed. Cool, clammy air washes over me as I descend the stairs. There was a precious little light before, but now I'm completely reliant on my phone. The rough concrete floor crunches underfoot as I step on tiny fragments of stone. There's nothing here, save for some stained box in the corner. Reckon we're gonna find some body parts? Oh, so guessing then because the bed didn't really change, it just locks off that as an option. I wonder how many different variants of the basement there is then. We should definitely check out the box though. Oh, have we found some more coins? It stinks of mold, fetid water, and wet cardboard. In the corner is a small bag. It jingles when I touch it, so I pick it up and fiddle with the twine keeping it closed. The light bounces off silver coins I see inside. They're bigger than quarters and have a nice heaviness to them, so I'm guessing they're silver dollars. Not really a treasure. The bag's too small to hold that many coins, and I doubt it will cover rent. Still, I can't complain. It's more money than I had before. I pocket the bag. Oh, hello there. Were they your coins? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. A pair of stark white eyes peer at me from within the stain. It'd be comical if it weren't for the fact that it shouldn't be physically possible. Darkness seems to seep from the box. Is this it? Is this gonna be my murder? The shadow seems to be eating the light as it swirls and spreads. Hi! I'm so tired. Damn! You know what? I'm not that tired. Oh no! I thought I'd actually died that time! Maybe there's something wrong with me. I shouldn't be this invested to get my character killed. As soon as I'm clear of the house, I run full tilt back to the bus stop. Safe under a streetlight, I check to see if there's any signs of being followed. Doesn't seem like it. I tap the small bag of silver dollars in my pocket. It won't be enough to make rent, and it won't go too far if I'm forced to the streets. I'll have to go back tomorrow. I posted some of my experiences online, and the resulting flame war got me banned from the community. Half the people were decrying me as a liar, contributing to misinformation and superstition, while the other half wanted to know more and shared similar experiences. You see, this is what I'm saying. We should have recorded everything. And then if we were called a liar, at least we'd look like we were great at special effects. I did learn a bit from the resulting mess. There's a conspiracy. The government is trying to suppress discussion on the supernatural, and that's why nobody's talking about it. The irony is that even if the government's not suppressing, the moderators are, so either way, there's a grain of truth there. Some people have messaged me urging me not to go back, that the threat is real, and whatever presence is in that house is trying to warn me away, but pretty soon it will get serious and I could disappear. Well, if I don't get more cash, my online presence is going to disappear anyway. I've decided I want out of this life, find the treasure or die trying, but either way, I want this to be over and I don't care how anymore. The manager's listening to the news loudly in his office, as is a slow day, but not dead. When it's dead, he gets so bored he tends to watch me through the security cameras instead, then comes out to make busy work for me, because heaven forbid I just stand around because there's nothing to do. I could listen in if I wanted to. Oh, hiya! Paranormal investigations. Clearly, I've not got enough of that in my life. I guess I'm not the only one investigating supernatural rumors. Most of what I'm hearing are conspiracy theories about how it's actually drugs, or woke culture, or the government. Although none of their explanations make much sense. The reports of mutilated corpses, names I recognize that have gone missing, and descriptions of what people have claimed to be encountered, on the other hand, are hitting a little too close to home for me. Workday's done. It's time to visit the house. Okay, I'm so curious now. Do you think downstairs has changed at all? I go down the stairs. No signs of the severed head. No sign of the shadow. Basement is just as nasty smelling and clammy as last time. There's also the smell of black licorice, which seems oddly out of place. Oh, there's nothing. Well, that answers that question. There's 2 different encounters in the basement. So now it's time for us to finally check out the closet. You seem to hold many horrors. Maybe the closet is just access to the void. The closet is empty, except for an old shoebox. I pop the lid open and find a small cache of coins. Some look foreign, a few look like they could be silver, but all of them look old and potentially valuable. I don't know which coins are worth what, so I just scoop them into the inside pocket of my jacket, as the box itself looks like it could fall apart at any time. My collection is heavy and noisy. Come on, where'd you emerge from this time? I close the closet door and am about to look around for anything else when it pops open again with a click. And a natural darkness seeps out from inside. Oh wait, you're the same monster from under the bed, right? Well, that makes sense. Maybe this is just his bedroom. Then, a worryingly large claw grips the side of the door. I'm not sure if I stand there because I don't believe this can be happening, because I'm stupid, or if because I have got to find more loot in case that stash doesn't pawn for much. Oh, I get to see you this time! Oh, you're gorgeous. Do you want to murder me? I will allow you to murder me. The rest of the creature follows, impossibly large. Damn! Damn! I turn and charge towards the stairs, hopping over the railing and out the door, which is thankfully open. I run down the street towards the bus stop. I don't think the creature followed me, but I don't pause until I think I'm safe under the streetlights. Oh, my ankle is definitely broken this time. I don't really feel the pain of my ankles until the adrenaline starts to wear off, and I realize that landing was a bit rougher than I thought. When I return, I inspect my find. I don't know. Some of the coins look like they could be really valuable, but there's stuff like Canadian loonies and toonies mixed in, as well as some from places I don't even recognize. I don't have enough time to seek out a buyer. I'll have to pawn these, but I can already tell it's not going to be enough for rent. How much is our rent? I mean, we've already made over $350. Without any way to authenticate them, the shops won't give me anywhere close to market value. I'm out of options. I gotta go back tomorrow. 2 days left. If I cash in what I've collected, maybe I can get an extension. Thing is, just getting an extension is just delaying the inevitable. Unless I find the bulk of the loot, and soon, I'm probably going to get myself killed just searching the house. It'd be nice to go during the day, but I can't afford the time off, and it's not like my manager is going to say, "Oh, sure, you need the time off to explore the haunted house." I've decided I want out of this life. Find the treasure or die trying. But either way, I want this to be over, and I don't care how anymore. Today is painstakingly slow. There are no customers. There is nothing to do. You know what? How about we just clean the store then? The store's already clean, but I've got nothing else to do. I resort the shelves and dust areas that I usually skip. At the end of my shift, I'm curious if my manager's going to say anything, but he never leaves the office, and it's pretty clear nothing I do matters. Workday's done. It's time to visit the house. Right, so I'm guessing upstairs is now clear, right? Yeah, so those are all done. You know what would be amazing? If we get to the end of this and we come back to the house for one last attempt, then every single monster emerges to murder us. That would be great. I would love that for us. What do we want to do? I say... You know what? I'm curious. Check the shade. Oh, is that with like the tarry substance on it? Whatever the black stuff is, it twitches and pulsates slightly when I get a closer look. Huh, it's clearly alive then. Go to the kitchen. I go into the kitchen. Oh, this place is delightful. The kitchen reeks of fetid water and decay. Black mold is everywhere, and brittle tile cracks underfoot. I want to open the fridge. Oh, I get to! Spectacular. The door of the fridge sticks, and I have to give it a sharp tug to open it. Oh, there's my body! You know, usually I predict this. Oh my god! The corpse is twisted and broken. There's the smell of death, but it's not very strong, which means she's not been dead too long. No, this can't be real, right? Someone would have definitely found it in an unlocked house by now. Next to her is a small bag. I poke it with my foot and hear it jingle. It seems like it's full of coins, judging by how it feels against the toe of my shoe and the sound it makes. I gingerly pull at the string, keeping it closed, and see a glint of silver reflected by the light of my phone. As I investigate further, I give the corpse an apologetic look. I'm sorry, but you're dead and I am broke. There's a variety of coins in here, some silver dollars, some foreign, but all shining invitingly in the dark. This is wrong, but what else can I do? I need it for rent. I take the bag, tucking it into my jacket pocket. There's a dull pop and cracking sound as the head begins to shudder and turn towards me, its neck stretching. Oh, hi there, you look hungry. As I stand there in shock, its jaw begins to open, revealing jagged teeth and pinpricks of white grow in those empty black eyes. Oh, you seem mad. It begins to scream. As it does so, a red haze billows from its eyes, while blood begins to seep along the back of the tomb. Damn! I bolt backwards, miss the doorway and slam into a wall. Rebounding, I manage to scramble back to the entryway and out the door, my vision blurred, somewhat from panic and the pain of my bleeding nose. I don't hear anything chasing me, but that doesn't stop me from running all the way back to the bus stop, jiggling with my guilty find. I do my best to put on a calm face when I climb aboard the bus, but nobody notices. I don't check the bag until I'm safe at home. I'm no coin expert, but I'd guess it's worth $500 or so. It'll help, but it's nowhere near enough. I'll have to brave the house again tomorrow. You know, I hate to point it out, but whatever place we live in, it's clearly not worth the cost of our rent. I mean, I'm just gonna say we've got cracks in our wall, and for some reason our rent is over $850. We need to find a cheap place. One day left. I'm going to die. There's no way the house will let me come back. It's ramping up the threats, and we're clearly approaching find out territory. I don't have a choice though. I've decided I want out of this life. While I was on the bus to work, some idiot in a pickup cut in front and discovered that a bus can't stop on a dime, and also wins in most collisions. I called my manager and let him know I'm going to be a bit late, but despite sending him a picture of the collision, he insists that late is late and he'll have to write me up. I'm not exactly sure what kind of magic they expect me to use to somehow speed up the situation, and when I arrive, I have to listen to him whine about having to do the crap I have to at the start of every shift. Considering how often I hear him listening to various broadcasts in their cozy little office, I suspect he's more irritated on having to do actual work and is just taking it out on me. Workday's done. It's time to visit the house. Oh, We've not finished with that kitchen yet. What do we fancy? Do we fancy the freezer or the sink? You know what, I'm curious about the freezer. Which body part lives on top of the corpse? The freezer seal, it still seems to be intact. Oh! Wait, you're the same head from the bathtub. It's nice to see you again. I'm gonna steal your coins. Oh my god. The freezer is still working, and there's a frozen severed head inside. This cannot be real, but I'm not going to touch it to check. Next to the head is a small bag. It takes a sharp tug to pull it out. It's frozen to the floor of the freezer, but I'm rewarded with a jingling sound. I take a peek inside and see a glint of silver in the light. Silver dollars? Not a huge treasure, but if they're genuine, it could be worth something. My thoughts are interrupted by a crunching sound. I step backwards as the head shudders, yanking itself free from its icy tomb, and floats towards me. I stare in fascination at the horror. This isn't possible. My heart starts to pound in my chest. Oh, wait. That is a lot of teeth you have. Oh, that's what you remind me of. It's the ballerina, right, from Cabin in the Woods, where it's just like the endless tube of just sharp teeth. You look stunning. The head shrieks at me in fury, but I just stare back in fascination, even though my heart pounds. I'm going to die here, and I'm okay with that. Wait, do I finally get to die? Even if I lived, I'd only wind up dying sad and alone in the streets. At least this death is notable, right? I reach out to touch the face and see if it's as cold as it looks. Oh! Wait! No, don't deny me my death! I just accepted you!
What are you doing?
Ridiculously, human-like outburst is what catches me off guard.
Oh my gosh! A severed frozen head screams at you, and you think, oh, neat, maybe I should touch it.
Yes I do. Have you got a problem with that? I shrug sheepishly, not quite sure how else I should respond to a suddenly sociable spirit.
Dude, what is your problem?
What do you mean?
My dude, I'm a freaking floating head. You're not screaming. You're not running. What do you want from me?
Treasure or death? Either one works.
What? Or death?
I'm not having a very good week.
What kind of week could you possibly be having that death is an acceptable option?
Well,
my dude, I think we seriously need to talk. Let me get my body.
Wait, I've got a genius idea. If I'm gonna get evicted, right, why don't I just move in with the ghosts? Oh, you cleaned this place up nice. We should definitely move in. She even gives me ice cream. And now we're here, and that's been my week, Yuri. If I can't scrape together the cash, I'm going to be homeless. My job doesn't pay me a living wage, and I've not been able to get anything better.
Also, it's slowly killing your mind and soul. I've been watching.
You've been spying on me.
You repeatedly came into my house and took stuff.
Sorry. I've been going as long as I can, but everything's catching up to me. I need to find whatever treasure, if there is any, is hidden away here. Yuri, that's the ghost, gazed at me thoughtfully, with all three eyes. She invited me to the kitchen, a normal kitchen, for ice cream while we chatted.
All this just to make rent?
Yeah.
For like a month before you'd have to do this all again.
Yeah. She regards me sadly, her brow furrowing and closing all but her third eye.
Did she want to live with me instead?
Hell yeah! I gave it her. I'm sorry, what?
Move in with me. Stop dealing with your landlord. Stop worrying about rent.
Move in with a ghost.
You might as well. You've been here every night.
Point. She smiles. You know what? Hell yeah! Wait, where's my hell yeah? Wait, do I not get a hell yeah? Well, apparently I actually have to be reasonable about this situation. Why don't I quit my job? Do I get to do that? Why'd you want me to quit my job?
Besides the fact it's slowly killing you,
Sure.
it eats into your time and stresses you out dealing with jerks when you could be doing stuff.
Like?
Don't you have any dreams you could be chasing?
Nope. They're dead.
Don't talk like that.
Are my dreams important?
Dreams are crazy important to us fairies.
What am I gonna do for money in the meantime?
Money's not important.
It kinda is to us humans.
It totally isn't. Money only has value because humanity gives it value. Literally nobody and nothing else cares.
Okay, but how am I going to pay for food?
Look, you need money. Let me know. Got the stuff just lying around. Doesn't do me any good. Except for buying ice cream, of course.
I kinda want to ask her more about that, but I have a feeling that's a conversation for another time. Wait, why'd you call me dude? Did you call me dude? I don't remember.
I think mortal is kind of cliche.
Even if they're a woman?
If you're mortal, you're a dude. At least to me. Other fairies use other terms.
Okay then. I am curious that I'm gonna need to ask, how did you die? If you don't mind me asking.
I didn't.
But you're a ghost.
A fairy spirit.
But you're not alive?
Right.
If you're not alive, but you're not dead, what are you?
A fairy spirit. You could say I'm unborn. If you want to get technical.
Or, born dead. I decide that's a conversation for another time. So, what? Okay, well, I'm assuming what we're going to do for food is you're going to give me money to go buy it.
Don't you like ice cream?
I do, but don't you have any other kinds of food?
Well, there's a cake in the fridge, and there's licorice, and marzipan.
Do you have any actual food? She stares at me for a few moments.
I guess we could just make room for food. Is milk food?
It's a start. As long as it's in a bag.
I use it on Monster cereal.
How are you not diabetic?
I'm not alive.
I mean, fair. And now the final, most important question. Why? Why'd you want me to move in? What would you get out of it?
Maybe I like you.
If that was the case, you would have just asked me earlier. She smirks.
Fine, so despite all my power, guess that's the one thing I can't do.
Scare me?
Smart Alec. I can't own property. I'm not mortal, which means I don't have paperwork. I used to haunt this abandoned place on Springbank Drive, but it was torn down. Scaring people away doesn't work if they just bulldoze the place. And it's not like I can buy it off them. Impersonating a human only goes so far, and it falls apart as soon as people want crazy stuff like credit history. Some unseelie fae have tried just killing people, but that just gets the place firebombed instead. You have any idea how hard it is to get property for haunting purposes?
No, but then how did you get this place? You know, I feel like the solution then is the property you haunt is actually a flat. Because if you're only haunting one in a set of flats, they're not going to bulldoze the entire property just because one place is haunted. See? Or you can even go out and just have an entire floor of flats. As long as there's at least still some residents in the building.
Haunted real estate agency.
What?
Haunted real estate agency. Everything's in their name, with paperwork, nice and human legal.
There's haunted real estate agencies? Do you pay them money?
Sometimes, but they rarely ask for it. It's more favors and contractual obligations. If I have a human of my own though, you could own the deed instead, and I wouldn't need the agency anymore. With a legitimate living person to officially own the place, nobody will bulldoze my home out from under me again.
Would the agency be okay with you getting out of your contract like that?
Oh yeah, it's encouraged. Something to do with improving human-fairy relations.
So, why me?
I can't scare you anymore. It could be that you're really special, but as far as I can tell, in such a dark place that I think you'll die if you don't. If you were just greedy, you'd still be scared of me. If you were just thrill-seeking, you'd still be scared of me. You were ready to just give up and die. I've never experienced life, and you were just gonna throw it away. No fairy would just leave you like that, not even Yunsili. And they sure as heck will kill people, but only if they still want to live.
They'd only kill people who didn't want to die.
And Sealy fairies only kill people they've got a beef with. They like their bad reputation, but they're not heartless, dude. Going out screaming and merciful compared to death by sorrow. The kind of hurt I see in you now is the kind of thing that would have utterly destroyed a fairy. But because you're mortal, your body is keeping you going, even though you don't want to. I am not just gonna stand by and let you get worse. I won't force you to stay, but I am offering and asking you to accept for your own sake.
Well, it's time to give her an answer. So I had to make a decision. I could live in a dark, cold Hellworld, or I could move in with a ghost. Not really much of a choice. Alright, I guess I could get used to all the ichor and the creepiness and...
What? No, you'd be living in the physical space of the house. I'm not using it much. This spooky version is something I created to scare the crap out of people. You were spirited away the moment you came through the front door. I mean, really, we're just gonna share the kitchen. I need some place for my ice cream.
The physical space? Yuri shows me around. The house, the real house, is mostly empty and perfectly ordinary. Plenty of room for me. She really was just using the kitchen. I noticed a laptop during the tour. Is that yours?
Oh, yeah. I'll set you up with the Wi-Fi password once you're settled.
You have internet.
Just because I'm a fairy ghost, you think I don't need internet access? Everyone does. How else was I going to start up rumors this place had treasure?
And that is how I came to live in a house in Hellworld. I want to live in a house in Hellworld. Okay, so there's still some places we haven't actually checked then, so we ran out of options. So mainly like the sink. Yeah, you know what's a shame? We don't get to check the oven. I feel like that could be an awesome place just to find some bones or something. The sink is full with that brackish black ichor crap. and smells absolutely horrible. Like if you took a bunch of dead rats, stuck them in a blender with water, and then let it fester for a week. Looped around the faucet is the drawstring to a small bag. I pull it out, although the smell almost makes me gag. Curious, I take a look inside and see something golden flicker in the light of my phone. Wait, is this demon gonna puke itself up through the sink? I mean, I am getting a few It references, right? Like the body stuck in the freezer reminded me of Pennywise. I'm glad I brought gloves, so I don't have to touch the stuff. I give the bag a little shake, and a couple of coins fall into the palm of my other hand. Is that gold? Like real gold? I've never handled real gold before, but the coins are really heavy for their size, and even stained with ichor, I can see some intricate designs. I clean some up with a gloved finger. It's certainly shiny. I try to bend it. It gives, so I stop. Dense, heavy, shiny. I'm no expert, but I really do think it's gold. 2 gold coins, soft enough to bend. No idea how many carats, but it's valuable. And my heart begins to pound with excitement. The treasure's real. Oh my god, it's real! Gotta be more around. I could make rent. I could make rent and maybe even put a dent in my debts. My thoughts are interrupted by a splash. Oh, that's cool. The ink monster arises. This has got to be some kind of trick or something. This is not something that happens in a nice neighborhood with someone calling the cops. The door was unlocked. Surely someone would have found this before me if it were real. Then again, this is the kind of thing you'd see on the news. For sure, even if it was fake. I check my phone. No service. A long black hand stretches out from the ichor-filled sink. Crap! The treasure's real, and it's a trap. I've seen enough horror movies to know where this is going, and I charge out of the kitchen before things get even more like a horror movie. I don't hear anything chasing me, but that doesn't stop me from running all the way back to the bus stop. 2 gold coins. I have no idea how much they're worth, but a check online says maybe anywhere from $800 to $1,000, which is great, except I can't exactly wait around for a buyer. I'll have to pawn them, so probably the best I can expect is $500. That might be enough to get me an extension of the rent, but I'll still have nothing for the next month. I'll have to brave the house again tomorrow. Oh, that's different. I don't think I remember the actual demon coming out from under the bed last time, right? The claw pulls a massive creature and somehow manages to squeeze out through the narrow space. It's sort of like watching a cat squeeze under a fence, like it's somehow more liquid than solid. When a cat does it, there's less popping and cracking though. Even though my heart's racing and all common sense is screaming at me to run at the same time, it's incredibly fascinating. It's just so impossible, and yet here it is, happening before my eyes. Then it turns and glares at me, and for some reason, I decide to stare back. My instincts are begging for me to run, but there's no fire left in me anymore, and I don't have the energy. The idea of leaving the house to face one more day of worrying about being homeless, one more hour of a soul-crushing shift at my job, even having to get up one more time this dreary dying Hellworld, is too much. I'd rather take my chances with the creature. A claw slams down in front of my feet, and it pulls itself in front of me, and I wait. It heaves itself up until we're face to face, and I can feel its hot breath on my face. It smells faintly of vanilla. I didn't expect that. Oh, hello again.
Dude, you're seriously just gonna stand there?
I didn't expect that either.
Dude, you wanna say something?
Aren't you going to kill me? Huh, I guess not.
If I wanted to kill you, I would have done it on the first night, dude.
Fair. So, what happens now?
I don't know. You were supposed to run screaming or just run. Anything. Honestly, what's wrong with you?
I've had a rough week.
Dude, there's rough weeks, and then there's just casually standing there waiting for a monster to kill you. Come on, downstairs. I think we need to talk. I don't even want you trying to go home like this.
Oh, so there seems to be variations to each event then. Because I swear, when we actually saw the sink last time, we ran at the hand just coming out, right? With a wet slap, the hand slams itself onto the filthy counter, and with a sickening set of pops, an arm follows, long and twisted. No, not now. I'm so close to the treasure. Maybe I can hide from it before it sees me. As I consider this, with a splash, the rest of the creature bursts from the sink, spraying blood from the source. Oh, that's gnarly. Then it begins to wail. Nope, hell nope. Can't find treasure dead. I run as fast as my legs can go and burst from the house. So I'm gonna consider then each time we have a different final encounter, that's technically a different ending, right? Even if it all leads to the same point where we just move in with her. I'm dead. This is what I deserve for being so stupid. Everything horror movies have taught me is that I was greedy and stupid, and now I'm going to die for it. Even if I get away, something worse might greet me later, or I won't find anything else, and I'll be tossed into the street. My story ends here regardless, as the creature grips my shoulders, moves in, and...
Why are you just standing there?
I blink a few times. There was a huge beast gripping me before, but all I can see now is this petite creature giving me an irritated stare. You're not going to kill me?
What? No.
Really?
Dude, are you seriously looking to die?
Well, no. But I figured I was going to die for being greedy.
No, you're not greedy. Even if you were, it's not something to kill for. Well, not something I'd kill for.
Oh. She stares at me, and it causes me to get a crawling sensation in the back of my head.
Dude, you look really, really rough.
It's been a rough week.
Rough enough that you're willing to just lie down and die like this?
I shrug, and she shakes her head. Listen, don't judge me. Your monstrous form is very pretty.
Come on, downstairs, and tell me about it. I got ice cream, and I don't want you to try going home when you're like this.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know what I've done differently, but I now get the option to poke the head in the basement. We need to do this. Her skin is cold and clammy. The head sinks slightly at my touch, and then bobs back up. It's not attached to anything, and the liquid is quite viscous, probably denser than water. Explains why it floats. Doesn't explain how it got there, or what it's doing here. I get to poke the head. Blood fills her eyes, and she begins to gurgle. I shake my head. I'm just done. Get it over with.
Oh my gosh, dude, what is wrong with you? Why aren't you scared? I'm doing my best here.
I stare at her blankly for a few moments. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Lady, let me tell you about the week I've been having. Well then, we're back with our box in the basement, and I'm so tired. I don't have the energy to run. Pretty soon, I won't have any place to run home to. I just wait. I don't care anymore. The shadow slides up towards me. A chill passes through my body, but I ignore it and close my eyes. I feel it grip me by the shoulders. I wait. It shakes me gently. I wait.
Oh my gosh, open your eyes! What is wrong with you?
She's kinda short for a demon. This shakes me a bit harder when I don't respond.
Dude!
What?
Oh my gosh, you're supposed to be scared. Why are you just standing there?
You're not going to kill me?
If I wanted to kill you, you would have been dead night one. Other people get so scared they never return. People who like being scared at least scream. What is your problem, my dude?
What's my problem? What's my problem? I take a deep breath. Lady, let me tell you about my week. The corpse shambles to its feet as I step back. It stares at me for a moment before lunging, grabbing me by my shoulders. I wait to see what it does next. Nothing else has killed me yet.
Dude, you're killing me here.
You're not killing me.
Did you want me to kill you?
Yeah, pretty much. Depends if I can make rent this week. If I can't, you might as well go ahead.
Dude, I'm not going to kill you. If I wanted to kill you, I would have done it on the first night.
Oh.
Why do you sound so disappointed?
I'm not. It's just that I gotta find enough cash to make rent, or I'm out on the streets.
Okay, I was a little worried about what I saw before, but now I know we gotta talk. One sec. Gonna take us to the physical kitchen.
The what? Look, I know how horror movies go. I screwed around. Now I find out. I'm out of time. And this is where my story ends. There's no way it's going to let me live. The creature flops to the ground and begins to crawl towards me, and I just crouch down and wait. It pauses and stares at me for a moment before scuttling closer, spreading its filth as it goes. I close my eyes and wait. So wait, is the thing cut off at the waist like Tiki Tiki? And then it pokes me. Not a piercing, aggressive poke, more like the kind of gentle touch you'd give a sleeping pet to make sure they're still alive.
Dude, why are you just sitting there?
It takes me a moment to process this. Waiting for you to kill me? She grabs me by the shoulders and gives me a little shake.
Dude, if I wanted to kill you, I would have done it on the first night.
I thought you were annoyed because I stole your gold.
Oh, like gold's hard to come by.
I'm having a conversation with the ghost. My brain gives up trying to process the situation, and I just run with it. It kinda is. That's why it's valuable?
Not for me. I just pop up and take it. Not like they can stop me.
It's stolen.
I mean, yeah, but it's peanuts from the guy I took it from.
Great. If I try to sell it, I'll probably get arrested for possessing stolen property. Knowing my luck. She gives me an incredulous look and helps me to my feet.
Dude, we need to talk. You look horrible.
I give her an incredulous look back.
Seriously, healthy people don't just sit there and wait for some slime monster to kill them. What's been going on?
Do you reckon then I'll be allowed to help and scare people who come investigate for the treasure? Because that could be a lot of fun. I want to be a body in the freezer. If you enjoyed that playthrough, I'd really appreciate you to like this video and subscribe to this channel. But other than that, you have a spooky day and I'll catch you next time, guys.